Noticing what you're feeling physically in your body. Noticing any tension. And then just finding a way to release anything that's not serving you in this moment. Feeling each breath. Noticing what you notice. And then just taking this opportunity to think of 3 things that you're grateful for today. And then with that sense of gratitude, just allow the heart and mind to be open. And just let yourself be here now. Just welcome everything in. And then just take 5 more rounds of breath. Breathing in through both nostrils. Back body rises, chest expands. You might open the mouth and exhale the breath out through. Bit of a sound in the throat, as if you're fogging up a mirror. Breath in, feel the lungs expanding. Exhale through the nose or through the mouth, your choice. You're just finding 5 rounds of breath. And slowly from there, we're just going to find our way to a tabletop position. So just begin to peel the forehead off the earth or off the hands. Start to slide the hands under your shoulders, draw the knees a little bit closer together. You might have brought them a little bit further apart to come into that child's pose, and just pat the earth a little. Just noticing the transfer of the weight from one hand to one knee. And then just begin to create a circling motion here, moving the hips around in one direction from one heel to the other, transferring the weight from one hand to the other. So just take 3 to 5 rounds. There's no need to count. You can just intuit the movement. But you will also reverse the movement. So just take your time just to stir in one direction then the other. You might close the eyes and just feel the body moving. You might take some sighs out through the mouth at any point. Just letting your body respond to your breath. You're going to come back to a tabletop position, hands and knees. Press both hands into the earth as you inhale. Just lift the chest, chin as the tailbone lifts, belly full. And then as you exhale, draw the belly in, coming into rounding through the spine. Moving between flexion and extension, inhaling upward facing cat. Use your exhalation to press the hands into the earth, belly draws in, chin to throat. Continue that motion as you breathe in, match your own movement and your own breath. As you exhale, maybe a tongue to chin action as you empty the lungs. And just explore 3 to 5 more rounds. Emptying the breath with a sound through the mouth or pursed lips. Just moving, feeling, awakening that main energy center, Sushumna Nadi. And then when you've completed 3, 5 rounds, your choice, somewhere between there, come back to neutral. And then just slowly from here, reach the right hand forward, turn your thumb to face upwards. And then press the left hand down, extend the left leg back. So you've got the opposite arm and opposite leg extended. Draw that lower belly in and up. And then as you exhale the breath, elbow and knee come directly into the center, nose and knee also meet. As you inhale, extend, press the left hand firmly for support. As you exhale, elbow and knee draw into the midline. Full deep breath in, create a little length. And as you exhale, draw the elbow and knee in. One more round, breath in, extend. As you exhale this time, hold on to the knee or the shin and just draw the knee in a little more. Hold it there as you point your left toes. Try to bring your left heel a little closer to the body. Find balance and stability. Round a little more, drawing the navel to spine. Breathing in and breathing out. Just one more breath, draw the knee in as close as you can. And then as you exhale, pop the knee down, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, gaze up to your thumb. And then as you exhale, thread the arm all the way underneath and just hold it there. Release the right shoulder down, release the ear onto the earth, and press your left hand onto the mat just to kind of roll onto the right side. Just take a few breaths there. There's a variation with the left arm that you wish to take. Extend it or wrap it behind the back. Just go ahead and find that. And then just settle there for a moment or two. Come back to the rhythm of your breath. Inhaling for a count of 4. Exhaling for a count of 4. 3 more rounds of breath. Inhale. Exhale all of the breath out. Just try to match the inhalation with the exhalation, inhaling perhaps for a count of 4. Exhale all of the breath out. Or one more round of breath. Exhale all of the breath out. If you did lift the left arm up, bring it back down onto the earth. Reach the right arm up on a breath in. And you're going to step the right foot forward to the right corner of your mat. You can move the left hand up a little. You're just gazing up towards the thumb. So you're taking a little spinal twist with a little bit of a lunge. Keep reaching up and rotating. Just taking a breath in and a breath out. Let's take one more breath. And exhale. Release the hand down onto the outside of the right foot. Shift the hips back, lift your toes. Come to Ardha Hanuman, bowing the forehead towards the knee. Taking a breath in and breath out. Flex the toes a little more. Just noticing the extension of the right leg, maybe a sensation through the back of your left thigh, right thigh rather. Just settling there. Breathing in and out. And then just a slow lift of the forehead. Rebend into that right knee. Curl the back toes under. Lift the back knee off the earth. Walk the hands around towards the left. Turn the toes with you. And then just bend the knees. One knee and then the other. Just so you can come into some side lunges. And lift the toes. Just get into the groin, the inner thighs. If you want to lift an arm, go ahead and lift. If you want to kind of find a little free-flowing movement without any arms. Let's go ahead and just find that movement or the stillness. And then we'll just come to a wide leg forward fold. Just turning the toes to face forward. We're going to bring the hands behind the lower back, reaching the arms up and overhead, and just let the body just dangle there a little. You can dangle through the legs. You can shake nod the head a little. Opening through the chest and the shoulders. Breathing softly and gently in and out. Just finding gravity, pulling the crown down, extending through the spine. 2 more breaths. One more breath. You're going to use your inhalation to rise all the way up. So draw the belly in, look forward, and then release the arms all the way out wide and up. And then you're going to turn the right toes forward and just bend that front knee for warrior two. Take a breath in, reach and extend. Exhale, bend and then reach in opposite directions. And just do that twice more. Breath in to lift you up. Breath out as you bend. Full deep breath in lifts you up. Exhale, take it. Reverse your warrior in. As you exhale, cuddle the hands to either side of the front foot. Spin back onto the ball of the back foot. Step back to a down dog. Pedal out through the feet. One heel lifts, the other descends. Child's pose is just not for you today. Just stay in a child's pose position. Just down dog, exploring movement, bending the knees, swiveling toes. Get creative once again. And then from downward facing dog, lower the knees. Untuck the toes, shift back, child's pose. Come back to where we were not too long ago. See if you can extend the fingers forward as you sink the hips back. Breathing in and out. Two more breaths. And one more. Rise back to hands and knees. So just find some figure eights with the spine. See if you can just kind of wave a little. Find movement. Just in a different motion. Just explore the spine. Go one way, go the other way. Move the head, neck, or just the shoulders. Find freedom inside, outside. And then just from here, come forward to a plank. And as you exhale, lower down onto the belly. Bring the hands under the shoulders, maybe slide them back a little more. Hug the elbows in, just press into a little cobra. Just hold there for a few breaths. Hug the elbows in even more, tops of the feet press. If you're pushing too far into the earth, when you release the hands off the mat, you'll probably fall a little. So see if you can find a position where you can even just hover the palms off the mat and maybe press fingertips into the earth. And then see if you can maybe lift the fingers. That's how high you want to come, just to use the strength in the lower back. One more breath. And then exhale, taking it back down to the forehead. Inhale, come to hands and knees. Take a back child's pose as you exhale. Take a full breath in. And a long breath out. Inhale, rise to hands and knees. Adjust the knees under the hips, hands under shoulders. Left arm forward, thumb faces up. And then right leg extends. Draw the belly in. Reach in opposite directions. In breath. As you exhale, elbow and knee draw into the midline. Use the in-breath to extend and reach. As you exhale, elbow and knee. Twice more, lift as you reach and extend. Exhale as the knee curls in. Inhale, reach, extend. This time as you exhale, hand to knee, hold it there for a few breaths. Find stability. Spread the fingers of the right hand even more, root the hand down. Hollow out the belly, lift the right heel to the buttock and lift the shin even higher. Chin to throat, nose to knee. Keep breathing as best you can, finding chin lock, Jalandhara Bandha. And then gently releasing the knee back down. Left arm reaches on an in-breath. Just lift it there, hold it there. Reach through the fingertips as you root the right hand down. Feel that expansion, that opening through the chest. Inhale. And then as you exhale, we're threading the left arm underneath the right. Release the left shoulder down, left ear down. Stay here, or you can play around with that right hand and bring it to somewhere that maybe works best for you. Settling in that position. Staying steady with your breath. Your breath is your anchor. Come back to the present moment. Come back to the sensations in your body. No judgment, no expectation. Just give thanks to yourself that you are here now. Right hand will come back down onto the earth. Left arm unfurls, breath in. Left foot steps forward to the left corner of the mat. Bring that right hand forward so you're in a lunge and you're just rotating and spinning over. Hold it there for a few breaths, just explore. You can roll onto the outer blade of that left foot as well if it feels good for you to open there. And then we'll come to Ardha Hanuman, which is a straight left leg. Left hand comes down, straighten as you lift the toes. Work on finding the heel and imagining you're pulling it back behind you to the back of the mat. Fold the forehead to the shin, the ankle, maybe visualizing it coming to the big toe. Just softening as you breathe in and out. Couple more breaths. And then we'll hold some long yin poses. All right. Rebend that front knee, curl the back toes, lift the back knee off the earth. We're going to take those side lunges again. So we're coming to the right. And then turn the toes with you and then just bend one way, the other way. Again, just explore, maybe no hands. Really getting deep into the groin, inner thighs. And just turning the toes to face forward. We're just going to rise all the way up. Inhale. Tee out the arms, turn the left toes forward. Just bend that front knee, warrior two. Find that left heel, line it up with the arch of the right foot. Maybe toe heel the back foot away a little. Open the knee out towards the little toe side and just draw the lower belly in. And then inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, rebend. Just floating on an in-breath, straightening that front knee, and then rebending on the exhalation. Twice more. Just find that little pulse, find that strength. Keep the gaze forward to the middle front finger. When you get to that warrior position, soften shoulders, and just exalt your warrior. As you inhale, you can slide the hand down or wrap it behind the back. Then as you exhale, cartwheel the hand, spin on the ball of the back foot. Step back to a down dog. You can stay in down dog or bend the knees, ripple on forward to plank. And as you exhale, lowering gently down onto the belly. Untuck the toes, cobra on an in-breath, rolling the shoulders back and down. Exhaling to the earth. Just float twice more, inhale as we lift. Exhale as we take it down. One more cycle, lift on an in-breath. Exhale, take it down. So we're going to come into our first long hold. We're going to work the chest and the shoulders, so opening the heart-lung meridian line. So we're going to start with the left arm extended out directly in line with the shoulder. Right hand under the shoulder, so you can bend that right knee. You're going to roll into the left side of the body. So you're going to work the chest area. You'll step the left foot down, perhaps, sorry, that's my right foot. Right foot onto the earth. If you've got a cushion or a bolster or a blanket, you can always kind of use that to rest that foot on. Some of you have done this one before. You do want the right ear on the earth, so if it is lifted, just perhaps bring a cushion or a block underneath that ear. And if you're not feeling much at all, because you are already quite open along the chest area, bend the elbow like a kind of a half cactus. I'll just show you sitting up. So you'll either come into this position and roll, which is a lot deeper, or the arm is extended directly out from the shoulder. So palm is facing down. So just come into that. If you are having any issues at any point or you're not sure, just give me a little yell out and I'll explain things further. So just settle there. Close the eyes and just noticing what you're feeling in that left chest area, the heart area. Notice if there's resistance. Notice if there is a mental block or a mental barrier. A lot of the time when we have that mental barrier, the body tenses and responds to that. So just focus solely on your breath. Noticing the in-breath. Full lungs expanding, receiving all the nourishment that you need. And then just notice the exhalation a little longer than the inhalation. So really empty the lungs completely. And just continue breathing in and out. So the practice of yin yoga is an internal practice. So I do recommend just closing the eyes and drifting into place of no mind. And I know that's easier said than done most of the time. But you notice the thoughts. But then you also notice them dissipate. So in a sense, we are practicing non-attachment. Thoughts are just neurons firing off in the brain. Let them come and go. Breathe deep. In and out. Soft, free-flowing breaths. Start unhinging your jaw. Just scanning the center of the eyebrows and the temples. And then just finding a way to release any tension from the face. If there's a little bit more depth, if you're noticing you can explore something else here, that right hand might wrap behind you. It might push into the earth a little more. You might lift your right knee up and even step your left foot beside your right, so both knees are up to the ceiling. That is optional. You don't want to feel pain. There might be a slight sense of discomfort. Breathe through that for the final 5 breaths. Just 5 slow breaths on your own. So just take your time to complete them. And when you do, you're just going to roll back onto your abdomen. So take your time, rolling back. And then just either keep the left hand where it is or slide it beside you or use it as a pillow. And then just pause so you can feel the pulse of the body. So you can feel the tingles and sensations. And breathe through that. Soft jaw, soft eye gaze with the eyes closed. Focusing on the center of the eyebrow as you breathe. If you wish to stay here for a few more breaths, just enjoy that. We will be taking it to the other side. So just whenever you're ready, you'll be extending your right arm out, starting with that left hand under the shoulder and then bending that left knee. Just pressing all the way over onto the right. And for some of us, we lift the head. See if you can release it down. If it's too uncomfortable to keep it on the earth, again, just elevate it up on something. A cushion, which I'm sure we've got cushions around. The right, left hand can stay there as it presses. You can wrap it behind you. If it's a little more depth that you're looking for, remember you're bending at the elbow, creating a stop sign. Use perhaps something underneath that left foot if you need to, just to support yourself. So you want to be supported. The props are there to support you, so you might have something there to help you along. You want to come into the to about your 60 or 70% range in this one. The rest will happen with time. So we'll be here for a couple of minutes or so, maybe 3. And then just come back to hearing your breath. There might be distractions around you. You might be tempted to look at the carpet or what needs attending to around the house, which is quite common when we are at home. This is where we're being asked just to let go of all of that. That will be there at a later time for you to attend to. But you've taken the time for you today, this evening. You've made the time for you. So don't rob yourself of this time of peace, this gift to you, to sit with self. Breathing in. Make the exhalation perhaps a little longer as you soften shoulders, jaw, throat. And just be in the stillness. The heart as it beats. The rise and fall of the abdomen. Just witnessing your whole body. And so if there's a little more depth now, just explore that. If you feel that you've got something a little bit more there, find that now. Otherwise, stay as you are, knowing this too shall pass. And now complete 5 more rounds of breath. Slow and smooth as you explore. Just feeling chest, shoulder, down through the arm. Got the heart, lung, small intestine. Quite a few meridians or channels run through that area of the body. And take your time when you complete 5 rounds of breath to once again just come back onto the abdomen, coming to a rebound, rolling back. You might slide the hand down or keep it where it is or bring it forward. You can rest the forehead there. You can bring the arms forward, turn the head to one side. And if you did have the head turned to one side on the first side, just turn it the other way on this side. And it's tempting to move. This is where we really reap the benefits of our yin practice, to sit in the rebound effect, to feel that flood of energy, the qi as it flows through the meridians, qi, our life force, moving through us. And then just slide both hands under your shoulders and then press back into child pose. And you can move a little here side to side, or you might want to come up again and find some figure eights or some movement. So just let there be whatever it is that your body's calling for. And we're just going to work the lower part of the body. So we're going to come into a dragon lunge. We are going to start with the left leg. So we'll just start by rising onto the knees. You're just going to step your left foot to the left side of the mat. Both hands are going to come to the inside. So just kind of make a few adjustments. We'll come into an upright position to begin with. You might need something here, a rolled up blanket, bolster, a couple of blankets, some cushions. And you can just bring whatever it is just on the right-hand side of the mat. I'm just going to bend into that left knee. And you're going to perhaps feel down the front of the right thigh, so that hip flexor area. You might notice it somewhere else. You might notice it also in the left. You can start to roll onto the outer blade of the left foot. For some of us, it feels really nice to open the hip. So just let yourself just be upright. You can rest the elbow. You can just kind of cup there for a few moments. We will come down, but we'll just stay in our upright dragon. So we might not be doing as much walking or as much movement. So you might notice this whole lower part of the body perhaps a little tighter than what it has normally been in the past. Try not to judge that. You know, it's hard to not fall into that place of self-pity as our routine kind of gets thrown out, maybe our physical routine. And you might be enjoying this time, taking that pause that we've been asking for. Maybe we've all been thinking about this, and perhaps collectively we've created this. We're going to start to now take it down a little deeper. So you can toe heel that left foot out a little more. Just going to come down onto whatever, maybe just the hands, or you can lay on the bolster. If you don't have that, that's fine. You're just in a lizard lunge, as we would call it in a yang-like posture, or sorry, a yang-like practice. Yin is just really about kind of dropping into it. So letting go of any alignment cues. If your body wants to move a particular way, let it do that. Sometimes we roll onto the outer blade of the foot. For some of us, we want to hug it in. So just let your body guide you there. You might let the chin fall towards the chest and the head hang heavy. And then just close the eyes and just go with the flow. So maybe you lean a little to the left or a little to right. Just relax the back toes. They're untucked. They might roll in a little. Relaxing the jaw. Space between the eyes and temples. Even the tongue. And just breathe it. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Just to witness every part of you. The physical, mental, the emotional body. All that makes you, you, human. Breathing in and out. This one might creep up on you. Try not to jolt yourself out. If you do start to feel a real deep sensation, come back to breath, to awareness that you are breathing in and out. If there's pain, that you'll take it out of the pose. If it's discomfort, perhaps ask yourself what it is that you are avoiding feeling. Is there an emotion connected to the sensation in the body? Are you feeling the glute, the hip flexor? Just settling even deeper now. Breathing in and out. You want to add another dimension to this. You might bend your back knee. You might reach around with your left hand for the right foot. So this is, remember, optional. So you're almost twisting the chest towards the inner left thigh as you pull the right heel in towards the buttock. Mind you, you can be upright, you can be down, or you can opt to not have that foot. And now find 5 more breaths. Slow and equanimous. Balanced and easeful. Joyous and loving breaths. Ujjayi breath might help the restriction of the glottis or throat, producing a sound. Complete your 5 rounds of breath. If you've got the foot, try not to flick it away, control its descent. You'll bring the hands down onto the earth. Just press yourself up really gently. It takes quite a bit of time to come out of these long holds. Start to maybe straighten out the leg a little. You can toe heel it back to the center and pause there with a straight leg for a few breaths. And you can opt to come back into child's pose. You can opt to just come down onto the belly and be still. And if you wish to have a little movement here, that's perfectly fine as well. So this rebound is your own. Maybe there's movement. Maybe stillness. Maybe a bit of both. And then we're going to come to the right side. So all of that again on the opposite side. So just come up, move a little if need be. A down dog might be a nice option as well before coming to the second side. And even take an optional flow, vinyasa. And then to come to the opposite side, you can stand on the knees and step the right leg forward. So we're going to come into upright dragon. So we're going to stay in an upright position. You can rest the elbow on the knee. You can cup the chin, just hang out there. You can bring the hands onto something. Just feeling down through the front of your left hip flexor. You've got your stomach, spleen, meridians that run through. You might notice the lower back even as we create this arcing through the spine. You might close the eyes here and just settle. It might be a little tricky to balance with the eyes closed. Just enjoy the sway that you're experiencing. Settling, being, no need to do. Now is the time to tune in and be. And then just slowly allow the body to come down to your low flying dragon. So just take your time to transition. Hands will come down. You can adjust that right foot. You might even turn the right toes out a little, rolling onto the outer blade of the foot. You might stay upright. You might come to forearms. You might use a bolster or something similar to rest the elbows on. Even pressing the bolster against the thigh tends to give you a really nice support to be able to flop completely into. And just settling as best you can, knowing we're going to be here for a little bit. So 60 to 70% of your range to begin with. The rest will happen with time. Often we clench the jaw quite significantly, and that creates a lot of tension in that upper area of the head, the neck, shoulders. The three chakras that connect us to a realm beyond the physical. So just allowing yourself to deeply connect to source energy. And we connect when we step out of the way of the thinking mind. The thinking mind that blocks us. That keeps us dense in this physical body. So yin gives us an opportunity to get to know the inner workings of who we are. In order to recognize that there's more than just the physical. You might be confronted with visions, thoughts that come through, messages that come through as thoughts. But we recognize they're not just thoughts, not just the thoughts or the activity of the brain. They come through from somewhere else. So just pay attention to those callings. Breathing in and out. So notice what you feel now. And then you have the opportunity now to take it a little deeper, Or if you did bend that back knee, just match what you did on the first side if possible. So back, left knee, back knee bends, right hand reaches for the foot perhaps, or you might have a strap or a belt or a scarf. And you can pull the heel a little closer as you spin the chest towards the inner right thigh. And just settling there for 5 more breaths. Take your time, complete 5 rounds of breath. And once again, take all the time that you need to come out. And toe heel the foot to center, straighten that front knee. Pause there for a few breaths. Just allowing the head to hang heavy. We're just going to meet on our back. So just find a way just to come to rebound on your back. Just extend the arms and legs out. Just pausing there for a few moments. Might notice the breath deepening. That sigh of relief to be out of that particular shape. And then just sliding the feet in. And just drop the knees side to side like windshield wipers. Take a little movement. And just bring the knees back to center, lifting the thighs towards the chest, wrapping the hands around your shins or one hand on each knee. Just continue a little rock. Maybe some circles. One direction, the other direction. And then just slide one hand onto each knee if it's not there already. And then just separate the knees apart. Pull the knees towards the armpits a little. And just kind of move the hips side to side. So just getting into the inner thighs, just coming into a little frog pose. Now, I don't know if you all have any props there. So you're either going to come into extending the legs up and just letting them drip upwards. If you wish to bring something like a pillow or a block underneath the hips, that'll just make it a little bit more comfortable for you. So the knees will bend towards the outsides of the ribs. So you're in a supported happy baby pose. So you don't have to hold on to the feet. If you wish to come a little deeper, you can slide the block even closer to the middle of the back, and it brings you more into a plow pose. So you're just going to choose anywhere where the legs are lifted. If you are close to a wall and you wish to come up to the wall, you can come up into Viparita Karani. So you can slide your hips sideways against the wall, and then you can just lift the legs. And that is a really beautiful position to be in as well. So anywhere where the legs are elevated, you choose. And then just close the eyes and be still once again. Soft, smooth breaths. If you did come more into the plow pose position with the legs towards the back of the mat or front of the mat or behind the head rather, You can bring the hands on the thighs and just kind of wrap them behind. That's always a nice place to be as well. So we can bring the hands to the thighs. You can even do that in with the hips down. Just some suggestions for you. And then whilst you're there, just going to bring some pranayama into our practice. So prana, life force, ayama to control that life force, and that is through the breath. So with your eyes closed, you're going to breathe in for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale the breath for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you're breathing in for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling for a count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that going with your own count. In for 4, and out for 6. Stay with that breath pattern. Noticing the feet, blood as it flows downwards. Maybe a sensation in your toes. Just be. And just count just 3 more rounds of that 4-6 breath. When you've completed 3 rounds, just allow the feet to come down. And drop the soles of the feet to the earth with the knees bent. If you're on the wall, just find a way to maybe roll to one side. And then just choose whether it's stillness or a little movement, windshield wipers, or just an extension of the legs for a few breaths. And if there's any final movements that you wish to take, just take them now. You might want to just lift the hips, maybe a little interlock of the hands, coming into a little bridge pose. Maybe you wish just to come into a twist. You can hold for maybe 3 or so breaths on one side and then the other. Or maybe just enjoying the hug of the knees, the lift of the head and shoulders. Maybe just rolling the ankles as the blood flows back into the feet. You might come back into that wide knee, enjoying the inner thighs, moving away from one another, or some circles. You might come straight down onto the mat for just our final moments together. I do encourage you to find something warm to put on. A blanket is always a nice suggestion. Beauty is we can practice in our pajamas and head straight to bed. So upside of having this time to connect in a very different way than we normally would. So just finding a comfortable position on your back. You can bend the knees if the lower back is a little uncomfortable. There's a little discomfort. Bolster under the knees or something under the knees is a really nice suggestion if that's for you. But it's a position that supports you. A position where you can maintain, and if it's not serving you to be on your back, you can always flip on over onto the side as well. So just close the eyes when you get there. Maybe an eye pillow or just something over the eyes. Maybe you've got some essential oils there that you might wish to use. Normally I'm walking around with the oils and giving you a little massage. You can virtually imagine that happening to you now. Maybe rolling the shoulders back and down just to settle a little more. And then bring that awareness to the center of your eyebrows. Journeying inwards, deeper and deeper. Tuning into how you are physically feeling now. Just to witness your breath. And the invitation is to continue now with your 4-6 count breath. Or just simply observe the in-breath and the out-breath. Notice the lungs filling. Notice the lungs releasing. Oxygen moves in through both nostrils into the lungs. Diaphragm falls. As you empty your breath, surrender the breath completely. Surrender to what is. And just be. Just be. Just be. And if you wish to stay, there's no need to come up. So you can just relax and continue for maybe 5 or so more minutes, or even longer, or maybe 10 more conscious breaths. So I will leave you all here. If you need to reach out, you can contact me at any time, at any point. So just acknowledging the light within you. And recognizing that there is a light within each and every one of us that moves us. And that light is who we are. So recognize that light within you. Recognize that light within me. Recognize that light throughout all of humanity. And when we recognize that we are light beings, we come together as one, we unite, we come together, which is what the essence of yoga is, union. So have a beautiful journey into your evening. Be well. Beautiful to see you all. A heartfelt namaste to each and every one of you. Namaste. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free. And may my actions, thoughts, and words contribute to that in some way. Blessings. Much love. See you soon. Mwah. Bye, gorgeous people. Love you all.
Thank you, sweetheart. Looking forward to seeing you again next week.
Yes. Perfect.
Same time, same place?
Same time, same place. I'll be here. Yes.
Thank you, lovely. You be good. Take care.
Yeah. Thanks, Rita.
Bye.
Nadia, I'm here.
Lovely to meet everyone.
Yay.
You too.
Eva, I love your hair.
Oh, thank you.
Nice too. Looks very nice.
I'm going to come to your Friday morning class. What's that about?
Yes. What's that?
What's that all
Friday
about?
morning is more vinyasa.
What's vinyasa again? I can't remember all this.
More movement based.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to come on Friday and then I'll give you a call over the weekend and we'll have a catch up.
Yes.
That was
definitely.
so much better than the app. And you know I only do the app because it's when I can go to sleep. But frick, I miss this shit. That was awesome.
Oh.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Yes, see ya. Bye all. See you.